Hi there, students. A Solacium. A Solacium. A noun, countable and uncountable. And plural, Solacia. Okay? Solacium, Solacia. Okay, Solacium, I think, primarily is a formal word, a legal word. A Solacium is something that is given to make somebody feel better when they have suffered. So a Solacium, this is compensation, but this is compensation for emotional suffering, for intangible suffering. So a Solacium is some sort of compensation, normally money, for emotional suffering, for mental suffering. It doesn't have to be money. An apology could be a Solacium as well. But particularly in law, a Solacium, a compensation in monetary form. I think a Solacium or Solacia are probably more common in American law or in Scottish law. The circumstances where you can be compensated for mental suffering in English law are fairly limited. If your husband or wife or your parents are killed, then the money that you receive for bereavement could be called a Solacium. But in the United States, for example, where there are cases for libel or things like that, it's much more common. Solacia are much more common. Yeah, it's compensation given to somebody who has had their feelings injured. It's not for physical suffering, or not because they've lost money, but because they have suffered. Yeah, so a Solacium, it's recompense for mental suffering. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. You're making it up. This is recompense or solace for it. Something to make them feel better. So the Prime Minister offered an apology as a Solacium to the families of the people who had suffered. If the newspaper made false accusations and was found guilty, and the person who suffered these was offered a Solacium for the insult. Okay, but generally a Solacium, something given in compensation or consolation. Okay, Solacium, formality. This is a very formal word. I'm going to give this a 7 in formality. Use in a semi-formal conversation, just about, but it's going to have to be a legal one. Semi-formal writing, yes, or something formal for Solacium, Solacia. And then as to origin, it comes from console. Yeah. There's a word Solacium in Latin, meaning compensation, indemnification. Yeah. Let's see. This is related to the word solace, Solacium. You can hear it, or compensation. Yeah, I think it's probably there as well. But solace, yeah, Solacium. So I guess that's enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Solacium, Solacia.